Hello students, welcome to June 25 lesson on writing an equation when they give you a situation. We're also going to graph using X and Y intercept. Alright, so again we have to remember this equation here because we're going to write that equation. Okay, and your slope is today when you write an equation, when they give you a situation, you want to know what the rate is, the rate of change. Okay, and the Y-intercept. The Y-intercept usually also in this situation usually means what is the initial, before you start the rate, how much is it or what is it? Okay, so this is usually the start, all right? But before we do that, let's go ahead and graph using X and Y intercept, okay? All right, so we're gonna graph today a different way of graphing from the last time, okay? So we're gonna find the X and Y intercept for each problem. Okay, to do that, all you have to do is just make 0 for one of them, and then you find the answer. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a little box like this real fast. All right, so this is my X, my Y. So this is my answer key here. I'm gonna solve the problem here. So I wanna make X equal to 0 and Y equal to 0. Okay, but let's do X first. So let's go plug X for 0 in here. So 4 times 0 plus 5Y is equal to 20. That gives you 0, so 5y is equal to 20 divided by 5. I'm going to get 4. So my y is 4. Then I'm going to do in reverse. I'm going to plug in 0, okay, for y. So now I get 4x plus 5 times 0 is equal to 20. All right, so again, that cancel. I'll just divide by 4 here. Now that one cancel. So speed things up. And then x is equal to 5. All right, so I'm going to use that point there. I'm going to graph. Okay, so here's my graph right here for this first problem. So I know my y-intercept is going to be at 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And my x-intercept is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're just going to graph those two. Yes, it's going to be a negative graph, even though none of the number is negative. That is still a negative graph. All right, make sure you show the work, okay? We did the work there and I graphed it separately, all right? All right, let's go and do number 2. Give myself number 2. There you go. Again, I'm doing my little table here real fast. X, Y, 0, 0. So I'll plug in X for 0, so that's negative 0 minus 2 times Y is equal to negative 8. That one's gone, divided by negative 2. Y is equal to 4. Same answer, in fact, as the last one. Now I'm plugging Y for 0. So y for 0 there, so I'm going to get negative x. So negative 2 times 0 is equal to negative 8. Again, that one cancel. You can put a 1 right there. Divide by negative 1. You get 8. Let's go ahead and graph that. All right. So move this up real fast. So again, it'll be 0, 4 again for this guy. And 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right there. It's another negative graph, but anyway, kind of similar to our last one. The slope is not as steep, but anyway, that's okay. All right, let's go move on to number 3. All right, so same thing. Make a little table, and then 0 there. So plug in x for 0. Oops, this one doesn't have an x. I believe this one was an x there. My bad. Okay, so that's an x, so negative 4. Y is equal to negative 2. 0 plus 8. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so now I'm just gonna this one cancel. I'm gonna divide by negative 4 to both sides. I'm gonna have y is equal to that would give you negative 2. So that's negative 2. Now I'm gonna do a reverse. Now I'm plugging y for 0. So it would be negative 4 times negative 4 times 0 is equal to negative 2x plus 8. This one's a little bit different. This one will be 0, so let me rewrite it actually. So negative 2x plus 8. Now this one I gotta solve for x. So I'm gonna subtract 8 to both sides, a little bit longer. Negative 8 is equal to negative 2x. Divide by negative 2. And then should I get 4. So 4. Let's go and graph that one. All right, so I get 0, so the y is negative 2. And it's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. All right, let's go and graph that. Okay, our very last problem now. is number 4. So same thing, okay? I'm just gonna solve for y and x, and then oops, what am I doing? My bad. So we're gonna go like this. X, Y, 0, 0. My bad, ignore that one. All right, so x for 0, so y is equal to 1 over 2 times 0 minus 3. And then that one cancel, y is equal to -3. That one's easy. Now I'm plugging in 0 for y. 0 is equal to 1 over 2x minus 3. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Add 3 to both sides. 3 is equal to 1 over 2x. Now to get rid of half, you do the opposite, which is multiply by a 2. The opposite of half is 2. So you cancel, you get 6 is equal to x, and that's a 6. Let's go and graph the last one. All right. So 0, -3, 1, 2, 3. And then 6 and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. All right, if you don't have graph paper, you can always just graph this on a regular sheet of paper, just draw your own lines and stuff like that. All right, okay, let's move on to our last part of our lesson. Let's see. All right, so the last part of our lesson is we're gonna write an equation given a situation, okay? So your main focus is to find your y-intercept and find your slope, okay? And we're gonna put the x and y in there. Okay, so when you read an equation like this one or a situation, in fact, this is a situation happened to me a couple of days ago, okay? I call a plumber, and the plumber is going to charge me $40 just for a diagnostic fee, meaning that they can see what's wrong with my plumbing, okay? And then if I want to proceed, it's going to cost me $30 an hour, okay? So I have 2 numbers here, all right? Remember, your slope is also known as the rate, all right? So the rate means that it's a number that's constantly changing. It's going to go up or down, okay? So to go up or down, you have to look at a number that it can change by multiplying, all right? And I know this one here is going to change by multiplying because it cost me $30 an hour, all right? This one is by diagnostic fee. He could come at any time and charge me $40. All right, he could be here for 10 hours. It's still $40, okay? So this is my slope. This is my y-intercept here, all right? So that's pretty simple. So y is equal to, my slope is 30, and then my y-intercept would just be 40, and I'm done right there. So just locate your slope and locate your y-intercept, know the situation, know your unit rate, okay? All right, let's go to number 2. Jimmy already biked 15 miles, and he is on pace to bike an additional 2 miles every 5 minutes, okay? So, again, this is the same thing, okay? So his rate is 2 miles, 2 over 5, all right? So y is equal to, okay? So as you can see, he already biked 15. He's gonna bike 2 more miles every 5 minutes, plus the 15 miles that he already biked. All right, and then that's your answer. And then you can have a problem like this one where you have to do that, and you have to explain. I think there's one problem you have to explain, like what y is the slope and what is the y-intercept and stuff like that. All right. Again, you have any questions? Go ahead and email me. There's a quiz today, so make sure you do the assignment first, and then take the quiz and show your work, and you should get full credit. And that's about it. All right, thank you, and have a great day.